After the demise of Abba Kyari, the Chief of Staff to Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, the President of Nigeria, popularly known as Jubril al-Sudani by the members of indigenous people of Biafra, a lot of speculations, political speculations have been ongoing, rumors, contradictions over who will become the next Chief of Staff. The reason why the office of the Chief of Staff has become something that everybody is now concerned about is as a result of the powers that Abba Kyari wielded when he was there. In fact, it is said that Abba Kyari is the one running Nigeria, while Buhari is simply on retirement. Goes down to the UK, stays in Aso Rock. Once in a while, if pushed, he comes out to address the nation, and he only reads whatever is given to him. He never came to fulfill the mandate. He said he was going to crush Boko Haram. Chad did it. He said he was going to at least cut off the practice and the culture of corruption. But we found out that several people around him are involved in the same act. Anyway, one of the strong men of Aso Rock and President Buhari's right-hand man and Inlaw, Alhaji Issa Funtua, has debunked insinuations that he is interested in the vacant slot of the position of the Chief of Staff to the President following the death of the former P0SITION, Abba Kyari. As you all know, that position needs to be filled up by somebody that is going to run the nation. And since Funtua is part of the cabals, there is a possibility that he might want to be there. Right now, there is a man there. He is the SGF, and he is the acting Chief of Staff ever since Abba Kyari went to the quarantine isolation center and there to the quarantine section before he passed on. This man has been acting as the Chief of Staff, and people are not so comfortable with this man. Speaking yesterday to the Hausa service of the BBC, Issa Funtua asked why a man of his age should be involved in such permutations. According to him, he has been in government for over 40 years and has also been one time federal minister, and he doesn't want any of this. With the closeness to the government, to the president, being a cabal himself, the people that are running the show behind the scene, he was able to get Keystone Bank and a lot of extras that he got. Funtua is an household name in the northern part of Nigeria. He's someone that has acquired wealth. Over time, he has companies, he has a lot of businesses, and we can actually look at this man and say he's rich. These are people that got opportunity to make money in government and also making money outside of government due to their connections to the same. So people are adding one and two together, and they came up with this permutation. They said this man might end up to become the next Chief of Staff, since it is not public political elected office, public elected office. It is actually political appointee, not somebody that anybody voted for. So there is always a possibility that he might say, look, since this man is gone, let me take over the ends of affairs so that I can run the show, because we've been the one running the show behind the scenes. So speculations here and there. This has brought about this man coming out to say that, sorry, I am not interested in this. I think this man prefers to work behind the scene rather than to be on the fire front. He doesn't want bullets shot at him. He doesn't want any of this, maybe. But then who knows? This man might end up changing and say, well, after much pressure on me, I decided to step in and to serve the nation, even though I do not want. So this man said he worked with the government in the 80s, worked with the Native Authority, was also made Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in 1983. He said at his age, he ought to be employing people and not the other way round. So he doesn't want to be employed. He doesn't want to serve, but he wants to serve his own pocket. In fact, he believes that he should be by himself and employ people. He therefore wondered why people would suggest that a man of his age will still wake up by 8 a.m. to prepare for work. He said that is not what he wants for himself. Such should be given to Buhari. I have always said these people belong to retirement home. That is where they are supposed to be. This Funtua should be in a retirement home. If he has a business, that's no problem. He can run his show. Buhari is also supposed to be on retirement, earning money from the military activities that he, from his military pension. That is what he's supposed to be. But unfortunately, he's the president of Nigeria. Some might be quick to say, what about Donald Trump? He's not young. He's the president of America. The reason why Donald Trump could be the president of America is because there is a structure that has been put in place already, not by Donald Trump, but by people before Donald Trump. I'm talking about structures that have been put in place long time ago. And these are the structures that they are building on. And Donald Trump is just there. Doesn't necessarily mean that Donald Trump has all power to do and undo. He has executive powers. Yes. But you know the structure. They have the people, and the people are represented there in government by the senators. So by the House of Rep. So they have a check and balance. And they make sure they work with this. Now, there is a kind of presidential system that is practiced in Mexico and also in Nigeria. They are the same, where the president wields too much power. All powers now belong to the president, to a point whereby the president, being that he's in control of the police, control of the army, control of majorly every enforcement arm of the government, in fact, everything, the president can decide to disobey what the Senate is saying or the House of Rep is saying and go ahead with whatever they like. In fact, they might decide to even take away the central bank governor, kick away whoever is the governor, the president of INEC, the governor of INEC, the chairman of INEC. They can do all of this. So all of this power have been invested too much on them. Now, states in Nigeria, yes, they have their own certain laws that they can come up with, but then they are still controlled by the president. Yes, go down to the United States of America. This is a confederation. These are groups of independent countries, nations that came together to form the United States of America. Nigeria is not the United States of Nigeria. It is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And when you go back history lane, you realize that the structure itself, the system and everything, is not built in a way to even favor the people, not to talk of what the military and some confused and greedy politicians came together to create at the end of the day. And that is what we have working. So that is why it's not just working how it is supposed to be. Now, Nigeria has been ruled by the means of proxy, being that Buhari used his name, his own face, to get to that position. And afterwards, he brought in the man that is going to do the job, Buhari. So Buhari's face, body, hands, and the legs, the brains of Buhari. And now that Buhari is gone, permutations here and there, people want to know who will take over that position. The multi-billionaire also added that even if his name is presented to the president, he will not even bother to call him because he knows he will never accept any government position at his age. Issa Funtua, born in Funtua, Katsina State. These people bear the name of where they are from. Issa Funtua, born in Funtua in Katsina State. That's to tell you that they are the major in that place. Just like Buhari also has a cousin, uncle called Daura, and Buhari is also from Daura. So these are indigenous people to that particular location. So Issa Funtua, born in Funtua, Katsina State. The man Issa Funtua is said to be a pioneer student of the Federal Training Center, Kaduna. He had a training stint as an admin officer at the Institute of Administration, Hamadu Bello University, Abuja, ABU, Zaria. He also trained as an administrator at the Manchester University in the UK. Issa Funtua is the founder of the construction giant Bullet International Nigeria Limited, and is also a founding manager, managing director of the New Africa Holdings. Apart from this, there are other businesses. So apart from being Buhari's strong right-hand man, he's also an in-law to the president, as his son, Ismaila Issa Funtua, is married to Buhari's daughter, Sefinatu. His son also contested against Governor Masaru for the Katsina governorship election. So probably his son might want to be appointed. Who knows? But then, who knows? Who knows? Who knows what will happen at the end of the day? So that is a man that said he's not interested. Let's see who is going to be interested in that position, even though that position is not supposed to be very so important. But like I said initially, due to the activity